Alright, what's up my clankers? Today we're going to be going over the CyberSpike's WebShell. This is the first of three. And so the first one we're going to go over is the WebShell one. So we're given a binary and we need to extract the flag. So opening up the binary in Ninja or Binary Ninja, we can click around the functions. Here, let's take a look at main. We see that it runs this HTTP server, right? So if we go back, this is where our path handling is being done. And so you can just take a look. You see /home, /about, /contact, yada, yada, yada. And so from the child description, we know that we need to access /shell. But then how do we do that? So let's keep going. See if, where is it? See, there's a lot of checks, right? And so what are we missing? It checks for XAuth, and then what does it check here? And then it checks for a parameter being passed called CMD with a value of getFlag. So those are the two checks that we need to figure out. So we know how to just pass the parameter because it's literally hard-coded. But what about XAuth? How can we get that header? Just scroll down. Here we can see where the decoding happens. So let's just keep moving. Here we go. This is how we get XAuth. So if you take a look, we have a global variable called, well, this variable right here. And so every time we access /log, you can scroll up in the if-else statement, but I'm just going to show this part. It'll add 1 to this variable, right? And then if that variable reaches 5, then it'll print out the XAuth. So printf means it'll print it out in the logs. And so knowing this, the best vector path would be going to /logs 5 times, getting the XAuth header, putting it into our request, and then calling the CMD getFlag parameter. And then we should be good to go. Additionally, another way you could solve this would be probably, I'm not sure, but you could probably call this directly too. I don't have much experience with Rev. Alright, so let's try this out. Start up our HTTP server. Oops, right here. We got it running. Now let's take a look at it. Here we go. So, additionally, one more thing I need to touch up on. If you look everywhere here, there's a lot of false flags. So the only flag that we can trust is that we get from /shell. That's what we see here. All right, let's try this out. So call /logs, intercept, put this into our repeater. Take a look at our logs. So we get logs and then 1. So we got to access it 4 more times. 2, 3, 4, 5. And with a total of 5 times, it should show up. Here we go. Here's the XAuth. Copy this. And then let's just do this. Shell. Put this into repeater. Drop this. For that. So we can see the shell. So now we just need to put our XAuth header. XAuth. Boom. And we need to call the CMD parameter. CMD, what was it? Where's the check? Here we go. CMD get_flag. Get_flag. Take a look at the response, and here's the flag. So overall, this is an interesting challenge. I haven't done much web binary stuff, so let's take a look at what this header value actually is. It's just admin access granted. So there you go. If you're interested in what it does and what it was, couple things. Since it's a couple of vulnerabilities, I think in this binary is that since it's just a function and you have the flag hard-coded, I have a feeling that you could probably call this directly. I'm not going to test it in this video because it's out of scope, but if you're interested, that's something else that you could try doing. Alright, that's all from me. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments of this video, and I'll try to get to them. Alright, thank you.